By the time the world was mourning Naomi Judd, one of the most painful chapters of her life was still hidden from public view. After her shocking death, her husband of more than 30 years, Larry Strickland, finally broke his silence, and what he revealed forced people to see Naomi not just as a country music legend, but as a deeply wounded human being fighting battles few ever saw. Naomi Judd and Larry Strickland's story began long before fame took over her life. In 1979, Naomi was a struggling nurse in Nashville, working exhausting night shifts to support her two daughters, Winona and Ashley. She had recently gone through a divorce and was living in survival mode, but music was her escape. That love for music led her to a Nashville event where she met Larry, a quiet and respected gospel singer who had toured with Elvis Presley. They came from very different worlds, yet they connected instantly. Naomi was driven and passionate, Larry steady and loyal, and over time they built a life together, marrying in 1989. By then, Naomi had already become one half of the Judds, one of the most successful duos in country music history. Awards, #1 hits, and sold-out tours followed, but behind the spotlight, Naomi was unraveling. Fame brought pressure, constant travel, and emotional strain. In 1990, everything changed when she was diagnosed with hepatitis C, forcing her to retire from performing at the height of her career. The sudden loss of music, combined with health fears, took a heavy toll on her mental state and on her marriage. Larry stood by her, but the relationship was far from peaceful. Naomi carried deep emotional wounds from childhood poverty, a mother struggling with mental illness, and years of feeling abandoned. Those fears followed her into adulthood. In private journals revealed after her death, Naomi wrote about feeling unworthy of love and terrified of losing Larry, even when he had done nothing to betray her. Her emotions often surfaced in extreme ways, and Larry later admitted he didn't always know how to help, sometimes choosing silence instead of confrontation. One incident marked a terrifying turning point. After receiving a phone call from a woman claiming to be in love with Larry, Naomi spiraled. When Larry returned home, he found their wedding photos destroyed, his belongings thrown outside, and Naomi holding a gun. In a moment of overwhelming emotional pain, she fired it. The bullet missed, but the damage lasted forever. Larry didn't call the police or speak publicly. Instead, he left quietly, later returning after Naomi apologized. They agreed to keep the incident hidden for the sake of their family and public image. As the years passed, Naomi's mental health worsened. She was diagnosed with severe depression, anxiety, PTSD, and sleep disorders. She entered treatment facilities and underwent intensive therapies, yet her condition continued to decline. Larry later described watching her slowly fade, becoming withdrawn, disoriented, and exhausted, a woman battling her own mind every single day. In April 2022, just one day before she was set to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame with Winona, Naomi took her own life. The timing shocked the world and devastated her family. Her death opened difficult conversations about mental illness and the silent suffering many endure. Afterward, controversy followed when it was revealed Naomi had left her entire estate to Larry, excluding her daughters, a decision that reflected the deep complexity and unresolved pain within the family. Years later, Larry Strickland chose to speak out, not to defend himself, but to tell the truth. He described Naomi's actions as cries for help, not malice. He admitted regret, wishing he had been gentler, more understanding, and more aware of how deep her pain truly was. By sharing his story, Larry hopes others will recognize the signs of mental illness earlier and choose empathy over silence. Naomi Judd's legacy is not just her music, but a reminder that fame does not protect anyone from pain, and that mental health struggles can exist even behind the brightest smiles. If this story moved you or made you think, make sure to subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin, like this video, and press the bell icon so you never miss another powerful story.